Morning. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Timepiece Garden. And I knew it. Damn it. Hey, those are my gloves. They've been out here all night. They're soaked. Got critters in them. All right, I'm going to have to go get a different pair of gloves and let those dry. Having said that, it's rained all night last night. Not all night, but long enough. You can tell the ground is wet. It's soaked. Was raining this morning. I did not go to the gym because I could hear my wet weather waterfall. And when I can hear it, it means that my low water crossings, I'm not crossing them. You know, yes, I have a Jeep. Yes, it has four-wheel drive. Yes, I could cross them if I wanted to. I don't need to. You know, it's just, I don't need to. Hey. Paint was still a little sticky. All right, what are we going to do? We're not painting. What we're going to do, because time is limited today, weatherman's, while it's not raining right now, it's not going to be clear all day. So my thought processes kind of go in this sequence. I need to get the gutter on, because once the gutter's on, then I can get the door on. That makes sense. And once the door's on, then I can put this side of the run up against the coop. Very different projects, but that's why I painted this wall. You know, it has both its paints on it, just like this wall does, because once I get the run attached, then I can put the spotlights on it. And believe it or not, then I can put the chickens in it. I can finish painting when the chickens are in it, because they can be hanging out inside or hanging out in the run, and I can paint the other two walls. And does that make sense? So yes, I need to finish painting. Doesn't have to happen today, because I might only have 4 hours. Yes, it's morning. They're saying that sometime after lunch, we're going back into thunderstorm mode. I can do a late lunch. Does that make sense? So we're starting with the gutter, and then we're going to the door, because I need all my power tools to do that. Well, I don't. It's just easier and faster if I use the power tools. So let me get busy and talk to you in a few. All right, gutter parts. Cover, downspouts. I will probably not put the downspout on it yet. I want to make sure that it comes down, but it ends up coming down into the how do I say that? Into the run. You can see it's just a little off, but I can adjust that so it goes into the run. That way there are barrels in the run for the water. So that's the thought process. But cover, it's all here. Let me get busy. Talk to you in a few. Dun dun dun, isn't that awesome? All right, I'm off to go get the door stuff. I still got blue sky in some places. Got clouds building over there in others. We'll just keep going until I can't go any further. Don't hear any thunder yet, so. All right, talk to you in a few. So I've been trying to ask the supervisor for some help, but she says she don't know either. So this portion was easy. The door is attached. That makes sense. It's got the little grate thingy here that push it up, push it back down. It's not programmed yet because it's not plugged in. This part here is the battery power backup. You know, put your batteries in there. That way it's got battery power backup, which is awesome. These are the really crappy instructions. Talks about the wireless remote. Does talk about making sure that the door is flat and not curved in like there on the right of the image. It says plug and play. It does talk about programming, you know, the panel. And that's it. I mean, there is absolutely nothing else instruction-wise. Nothing. Having said that, I'm over here with the solar panel. I got no idea what the rain shield is for. Completely clueless. This is the solar panel. Awesome panel. This is the bracket for hanging the panel. And it looks like it should fit there. You know, bracket attaches. Holes there at the bottom right and bottom left. It makes sense that they would attach to the hole here on the side. Oh wait, there's no hole on this side. There is there at the bottom, and on this side, that means the bracket fits like this. Well, they didn't give me 2-inch screws to make the bracket fit. I'm pretty sure the bracket's supposed to fit like this. Because I mean, it's a good match. There's a little I don't know what, 1/2 inch, 1/8 of an inch, whatever, on each side. But there's no hole on this side. What the hell? Anyway, I'm fussing, I'm whining. The fact that there's no instructions, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's what it's supposed to be. I don't know. Clueless. And then what's the shield for? What is it that I got to protect from the rain? Is it the panel? No, it doesn't fit the panel. Is the shield for the door coop? You know, it's possible. I don't know. But if you mount this here, does that make sense? Then the door piece isn't going to go up. I don't know. Truly, I don't know. So I'm still playing with it. I'll figure it out. I'll let you know when I get there. Some days I have plans that work. Some days I have plans that work me. Good Lord. So I ended up drilling a hole in the bottom there. That's the one I drilled. It's the one it came with, because that's how it's supposed to go. And I say that because when you zoom in on the instructions, and I'm going to zoom in just so I can show you, on that little guy there, where's my finger? There it is. If you look, it's got its bracket here at the top and at the bottom, and it shows the little wing nut here at the top. Doesn't show anything at the bottom, but they send you 2 wing nuts and screws. So I put the hole in the bottom so that way the bracket will attach to the wall. Having said that, the cord for the solar panel, I need to zoom out, will not reach from up here where I originally thought I was going to put the panel down here to the door. Should see me, I'm like, no. Oh, this is going to be interesting. So I have to find the right place. I'm assuming it's going to be here, not here, that I can put the panel bracket, and that way the solar panel sits here kind of, you know, left and right where I need to turn it, and then the wire should reach the door. That's what I'm hoping. But having said that, you know, hope is a myth. It's a wish, might not always work. I gotta get the frame as close to this as I can so I can see where that bracket will actually fit appropriately, and make sure that the cord will stretch before I put the bracket in. It's crazy. So I gotta make sure it all fits. So having said that, I got the little zip ties, because I gotta pick my edges up here off the ground and just kind of round it up with a couple of zip ties so they're off the ground, because I can't move this with them dragging on the ground on both sides. It doesn't work. So, change of direction. Let me work on this for a minute. Let me get this moved within a couple of inches so I can make sure that this is in fact low enough and that it will fit here so the gutter doesn't interfere with it. It still catches sunlight. The cord reaches the door, and the tarp that covers this portion of the run is also not interfering with the amount of sunlight that it's got to get. Just madness. Madness. It's Tetris, and I'm good at Tetris. Talk to you in a few. That's right, Tetris at its finest. All right, I'm gonna come to the end here. That way you can kind of see. And then I'm gonna come to this corner so I'm in the shade and I can see the screen for a minute. There we go. All right, I had originally talked about lining this end up with that end of the coop, so it was just a straight line down. And that also put the door opener on the lower side so I could always walk on the upper side, you know, at the tallest point. I actually have to switch that. And the reason why is you can tell there's the gutter. Does that make sense? And if I want to attach the solar panel to the left side, where's my finger? There you go, the left side of the gutter over here. That's where it's got to be. you know, because that way I have plenty of room to attach it. It gets sunlight, you know, especially morning sun where the clearing comes in the way I'm in sun right now. The gutter can still get drip into the frame, and I can run the panel wiring in, you know, from the gutter to the door. Having said that, that makes right here tall point. Still lets me walk in and out at the tallest point and not interfere with, you know, where the chickens come up or down. So it works. It's opposite of what my brain was thinking, but it still works, which is the important thing. Everything's functional. I like functional. All right. So you can tell where I looped up the wire here just so I could move move it. Just looped it up, little black zip ties. I didn't make them tight. They'll be able to cut with scissors when I go to put the final down, but I had to move it. I had to see where it was going to fit, you know, where it was going to fit correctly. So I can move it back a little to the left. I'm not going to, because that puts the tallest point at the door. It's not what I want. You know, I want to be able to walk at the tallest point. All right, let me go on and get busy, finish getting the panel put up. I'm still good. I still got plenty of blue sky, but I do have high clouds coming. So if thunder starts, I got to stop working. Talk to you in a few. Supervisor's here. She says she likes it. Talk to you in a few. My answer is yes, I will be going back and changing my Amazon review for the chicken door. I don't even have it up yet, and it's just been a constant problem. So I say that because you can see where I marked where I want the bracket. They're on the wall, you know, and that way it sticks out, and I can angle the solar panel, you know, left to right, depending upon where I'm going to get the most sun. Makes sense, and I like that. I do. I think that's an awesome thought process. From there, we get into, let's set this up so you can see it here just a little. These are the screws that came with it, and they don't fit. I mean, the entire head just goes through. It doesn't fit. It will never hold it in place. I went and I checked for like washers. I have extra washers. Guess what? I don't have any washers that will small enough hole for the head, large enough to hold this in place. So the only thing I can think about is to mark a piece of wood, get a couple of deck screws, put the deck screws through here. Then I can, you know, set the bracket on it, and then pick it up in 3 screws to hold it to the wall, and just not use those screws at all. You know, with the 3 screws, I'm hoping in between the 2 pieces of wood, it's not going to be able to shift left or right, because the screw head will be showing through on this side. Does that make sense? So it may want to shift a little, you know, but then it's going to hit screw. It's going to hit screw, and then once it goes through here, it goes into the deck piece there, and it should hold it. Yeah, they're not going to get a good review. That will change. All right, talk to you in a few.